Hey, Alzo, what's up, everyone? It's not just your average Joe, and I'm gonna talk about the new banner that's out, the Shadows of Valencia banner. I suppose that's what it's called, right? Is that what it's called? Let me go back. World of Shadows summoning event. I guess. Okay, let's see this. So, Alm is kind of like a descendant of Marth. Well, I think he is a descendant of Marth, and he gets Falchion as well, funnily enough. Then you have Faye, you have Claire, and you have Lucas. Now, you can actually see their skill sets when you play the hard mode of the Lunatic, and it's actually kind of interesting the kinds of sets they have and the stats distributions and stuff like that. I haven't done the Lunatic quest just yet. Like, I've been training tower grinding for Noe. I kind of want to give her that moonbow already. She has new moon. Um, Moonbow's over here. She has how many SP? Just under 47. So what's that? Three. That's 53. So that's that. Depending on the runs, it might be just a few more. Just a few like 99 stamina. Then that's it. Her A slot could still use some work. I could give her Fury, but that's besides the point. I digress. I digress. Okay, so in terms of skill inherits, because I don't know about the units themselves, I haven't taken like a second look at them, but this is, eyeballing it and stuff. You can't inherit Falchion. Draconic Aura's fine. 3-turn cooldown, it's fine. It's really dependent on your attack stat, so it's kind of good on units like Effie. But not really optimal. Wind sweep is the interesting one. If a unit initiates attack, no follow up occurs. So your unit doesn't you have a follow up attack is what I'm getting. Against foe with sword, lance, axe, bow, or dagger. So basically melee units. No, not really melee units, but um I guess you could say metal weapon users, because the magic users are a different animal for in that case, because that's the only thing that is not affected by wind sweep. If units speed, just subtract the foe speed, is greater than or equal to 1, foe cannot counterattack. Wow. I didn't even read that. So basically, you can't, if a unit has this, you can't wait for them to attack you, because then you won't be able to counterattack. And he has Falchion. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good counter in Noe, if you think about it, because Noe can't attack back. I mean, you're gonna be faster than Noe, so she's gonna be a lot slower, especially when people have this in the arena. Even just in general, because this is gonna be a new skill slot for the algorithm to put into, like a new B slot for the algorithm to give into units. This is pretty interesting. Useless on Hector, pretty good on Long Ku, who's probably the fastest unit in the game. Lind. Oh, that's gonna make Lind destructive. She will destroy Takumi's left and right. If she used this, she's so fast. Oh god, oh. I don't even want to think about it anymore. Oh gosh. I mean, Takumi could even use this one too, because then he'd have the threatened speed. Oh. This is pretty interesting, I'm not gonna lie. It could even be good on my Minerva set, because I gave her Darting Blow and threatened speed. Ugh. That's deadly. There's a lot of uses for this. Basically, your only hope is another magic user. No wait, this doesn't affect Minoe, because she's a dragon. Yeah, that's right, she has Dragonstone, that's different. Okay, Noe's safe. This is fine. As long as Noe is safe, I'm fine with this. This is not too OP. Hopefully you watch this point before you jump to conclusions. I'm hoping you watch this point. Anyways, I'm gonna move on to Faye. Fire Sweep Bow, unit and enemy cannot use counterattacks. So, if you initiate an attack, they can't attack you. But if they attack you, you can... This is pretty good actually on a ranged unit. Because if you think about it, you're gonna attack melee unit. You can use them to attack melee units, right? It's a lot of times that's what you use the range units for. That's not too bad because well they can't even initiate a counter attack anyway. Okay, no, 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 no. Sorry. I guess against magic users is pretty good, but then if you don't one shot them, then what's the point? Like I figured that her set should have like death blow then. Like you're just going for the one shot at this point, right? Because you don't want to get, you don't want the enemy to initiate an attack on you because you can't counter attack, but you want to initiate. It's kind of like Kagero-ish with her poison dagger. Well, less effective. I don't know how to feel about her bow right now, but that's the impression I get. New time, not exactly a good active skill. Wings of Mercy, this is a pretty interesting skill. You think it's kind of useless, but it's not. Like, having her attack mage units because you're in range, whatever, is really useful. Bow Experience 3, it's a quality of life. Like, for you as a player, it's an excellent skill, but on any other circumstance, it's not. Claire. Just typical harsh command, Silver Lance Plus. Hit and run I find interesting because if you're, say, on a mountain or a river or something on the map and you initiate an attack and you go back, melee units cannot reach you. Range units obviously still can, but this is really, really good for melee units. Not cavalry units per se, but cavalry units as well if you do it perfectly. But mostly infantry units that can't go over mountains and whatever, or they can't cross rivers, they have to go around. Cavalries kind of can go around the river thing because there's usually a bridge and they can hit you, but it's an interesting beast slot. I'm not going to write it off. I would recommend getting it at least and trying to see how you go about it. I think it could make fun games for some fun gameplay. And it could even be strategic. I think it would be annoying to me if that was inherited onto someone else. Like another flyer, Minerva's a great example. If that was on her, it would be kind of annoying because then you're like, I can't reach you. Well, I mean, except for a range units, obviously, it doesn't work on them, but still. Lucas, Killer Lance plus Sacred Cow. Again, I'm never gonna vouch for Sacred Cow and those skills. Fortress Defense grants +5 defense, inflicts attack -3. Really don't know how to feel about this, but the Killer Lance does give him good potential bonfire. Like, you can inherit the Fortress Defense and Drog since he has like the second highest defense stat in the game, or something like that, and then you just give Drog bonfire and have him try to activate bonfire as often as possible. But you don't have to do that. You can even give it to Lucas because he has the Killer Lance, right? So bonfire is every two turns, and that's 50% off the unit's HP, and the +5 can make a huge difference. I've struck one of the more useless B slots. So that's my impressions. From fighting 2, and like Lucas seems like a tank. Claire is kind of like your typical Pegasus Knight. Fairly speedy, decent attack, but not much in the defenses except resistance and some HP. Faye also seems kind of like your typical archer, nothing too stand outish from her as far as I'm concerned. But these are all like, and he's a strong, good unit. But I think an average sword user at best. I'm not entirely sure. But, this is all from eyeballing it, obviously, right? So, yeah. I think that's everything I had to say. Thank you for watching, and later days.